Hi everyone, how's it going? There's just a few of you here, I know, but that makes you even more special. Very, very special. Today we're continuing the story about David and Jonathan and Saul. Now you know that Saul, he's really envious of David and wants to kill him. And David had to run away to save his own life. Let's continue. With Saul and his soldiers in the town where he had been hiding, David fled to where Jonathan was staying. So David is with Jonathan right now. What have I done? Asks David. What is my crime? How have I wronged your father that he's trying to take my life? Why is he so envious? Why does he want to kill me? He asks. You are not going to die, says Jonathan, Saul's son, but David's best friend. Look, my father doesn't do anything, great or small, without confiding in me. Why would he hide this from me? It's not so. So Jonathan doesn't really believe that Saul wants to kill David. Your father has said to himself, Jonathan must not know this, or he will be grieved. Yet surely, as the Lord lives, and as you live, there is only a step between me and death. He says, I'm at death's door right now. Your father really wants to kill me. Whatever you want me to do, I will do, says Jonathan. Tomorrow is the new moon festival, and I am supposed to dine to have dinner with the king, but let me go and hide in the field. If your father misses me, say, David earnestly asked to hurry to Bethlehem because an annual sacrifice is being made there for his whole clan. If he loses his temper, you can be sure that he is determined to harm me. As for you, show kindness to your servant, for we are in agreement before the Lord. If I am guilty, then kill me yourself. Why hand me over to your father? Never, says Jonathan. If I had the least inkling that my father was determined to harm you, wouldn't I tell you? Who will tell me if your father still intends to kill me? Come, let's go out into the field. I swear by the Lord, the God of Israel, that I will surely sound out my father by this time, the day after tomorrow. If he is favorably disposed toward you, I will send word and let you know. But if my father intends to harm you, may the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if I do not let you know and send you away in peace. May the Lord be with you as he has been with my father. But remember to show me kindness as long as I live, so that I may not be killed, or my family, after the Lord has destroyed all of your enemies. So they've agreed to stay friends forever and not to harm each other or each other's families. Uh, Tomorrow you will be missed because your seat will be empty, says Jonathan. Go to the stone of Azel and I will give you a sign. I will shoot arrows by the stone and send the boy to fetch them. If I say the arrows are on this side, you are safe. But if I say the arrows are beyond you, you must leave. Good plan. The king kept silent the first day of the feast, but on the second day he spoke up. Why hasn't David come to the feast yesterday or today? He asked me for permission to go home for a sacrifice with his family, says Jonathan. You son of perverse woman. Don't I know that you have sided with David to your own shame and the shame of the mother who bore you? Bring him to me, for he must die. Thunk. So Saul really wants to kill him. Arrow. Isn't the arrow beyond you? And there's the boy. A servant went to get the arrow, and Jonathan said the arrow is beyond you, and that's the signal. It means that David has to run away because Saul really wants to kill him. Joshua, the servant's name, take my weapons back to town. I will return later. And David bowed down before Jonathan in gratitude for saving his life. Go in peace. The Lord is witness between our families forever. And so Jonathan and David said goodbye to each other because David has to run away. Saul, the king, wants to kill him. An arrow for David. Saul had arranged a feast for one of the regular celebrations, the full moon, Poya Day celebrations. David was expected to attend the feast, but instead he decided to hide in the fields for a few days. He said to Jonathan, if your father asks where I am, tell him that I have gone home to Bethlehem. Then they arranged that Jonathan would go to the field and give David a signal that would show whether it was safe for David to return to Saul or whether he should run away. When Saul, who had planned to kill David, found out that David was not at the feast, he was furious. He shouted at Jonathan for being David's friend and threw a spear at him. So Jonathan went out to where David was hiding and shot some arrows. Then he called to his servant, "Isn't the arrow still further away? Hurry up." These words were a sign to David that his life was in danger and that he should run for his life. The question, why did David have to wait so long to become king? Because, Samuel already anointed him. Everybody knew that David was going to become the king. We know that he's going to become the king, but why did he have to wait so long? Why couldn't he become a king now? Samuel had anointed David as the new leader of God's people. David had proved his courage by defeating Goliath and winning many battles. He was also a respected leader and commander in the army. What is more, Samuel told Saul that God had rejected him as king of Israel. Time was passing and nothing seemed to be happening. What was the holdup? As humans, we cannot know or understand God's complete plan. Often we only see the obvious, not what God is doing to prepare the hearts of people. To prepare a heart that is faithful takes time. It may take years for God to bring about the changes that will make us ready to do the task He has planned for us. The verse for today: humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that He may lift you up in due time. 1 Peter 5:6. And that's all for today. Have a great day, everyone. God bless you.